Fall is here again, which means temperatures are dropping, people are spending more time indoors and looking for ways to kind of curate their space and make it as cozy as possible. My favorite way of doing this is through finding the perfect scented candle. However, I've had some pretty mixed luck finding great scented candles in the past, so I called up my good friend and scented candle expert, Sarah Witman, to see if she had any advice on how to suss out whether a candle is going to be of good or bad quality, even before you light it. I remember even when we used to live together, you loved making your own scented candles.
I used to always have a huge bag of wax chips in my room at all times.
You left a huge bag of wax behind when you moved out.
And that was the end of my candle making career.
So can you tell us a little bit about how exactly you were testing the candles?
First, we noted if there were any imperfections, like was there a sloppy pour of the wax, if the wick was off-center, any flaking paint or chips in the actual vessel of the candle. We noted how carefully each candle was packaged, and we also looked at if the packaging used a lot of plastic. We smelled each candle before lighting it. We lit the candles one at a time. Then actually, once you light the candle, it can take on different notes. We tried to see if there was like anything else we could detect, like notes in the smell. You don't want the flame to be super high or get lower and higher. You want it to be like pretty consistent height. And we looked at like how much smoke it produced and then how well the fragrance permeated around the room.
So it sounds like you took a more kind of like objective approach. So it was less about personal preference.
Yeah, that's always going to be subjective. There's so many different fragrances. So I tried to really focus on the things that like you can quantify.
But I'm really excited about the next part of the video because Sarah ordered 5 candles to my apartment and I'm gonna do kind of a first impression to figure out whether I think Sarah liked the candle or whether she disliked them. I have all 5 candles that you sent me.
Super secret smell test.
So this is the first candle that I have. The packaging is feels very solid. Having a lid is nice to kind of seal in the scent and prevent dust from collecting on the candles.
Right, those are the big reasons.
Oh, it smells really good. It has a really like fresh, citrusy smell. The wick is very centered and the pour is very even, which are 2 things I know you talked about.
You're such a good student.
My hunch is that this is one that you liked, but let's light it to make sure. So the flame is steady. So this yellow candle, I think, is one that Sarah liked. I think it is a bougie candle. I think that I would burn it at like a spa. It's a very fresh, like citrusy, essential oil kind of feel. I think it's like $40.
The big reveal.
It's a Palo Santo candle. I love Palo Santo. That's like one of my favorite scents. From the Brooklyn Candle Studio. It looks like it has 3 different scents. It says the top is cypress leaf and eucalyptus. The middle is red cedar and Palo Santo. And then the base is vetiver and oak moss. So I think that I was picking up on the eucalyptus.
Kind of like a woodsy, earthy, but also herbaceous, almost minty kind of a smell. Feels very luxurious, and it actually is a $28 candle, which is not terribly expensive. I think you notice like the even pour of the wax, like it's just a really high quality candle.
Are you ready for candle number 2?
Yeah.
So the packaging I really like. It's heavy. I really like this cork. Wick is pretty centered. To me, the pour looks pretty good. I think it's a little bit, if you can see there, a bit lower towards the wick and it like goes up a little bit higher towards the edges. It smells good. It smells very floral to me, like jasmine flowers or something like that. Very luxurious, creamy, and rich. Overall, I think this candle is probably one that you liked. The flame is very steady. The big reveal, what is this green candle? Can I get a drum roll, Sarah? Ooh! It's neroli and musk. Is that how you say that?
It is narrowly and musk, which I know because narrowly was a word in the spelling bee finals this year.
What is that? I'm not familiar with that word.
The blossom from a bitter orange tree. So when you were saying it smells floral, that's probably what you were getting.
What's musk?
Resiny kind of material. It's just like used for perfumes. Danker, like earthier type of smell. So it's not like pure floral.
I think it's also like bougie. I think this candle, did I say $40 for the last one?
Yes.
$42.
Okay. You were pretty close. It's 36 from Peacesake and 40 from Madewell right now.
So this is one that you liked.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, I'm 2 for 2 so far. Love this game. We're on to the next one. It has a lid again. It has like a plastic thing to seal it. The packaging doesn't look as artisanal as the last two ones. This reminds me of candles that I would see at like a pharmacy or something. It seems like pretty centered to me. The pour looks a bit uneven.
Coming away from the edge there.
Yeah, it's not flush to the edge.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
It's a little bit lumpy, like right here. So this one smells more artificial than the other ones. Candy kind of smells.
Like a pink starburst.
Yeah, exactly. This kind of smells like something that I would have really liked as a fragrance in high school or middle school. The flame is a tiny bit unsteady. These flames are like smaller than the other ones. This candle feels more inexpensive than the last two. I could see myself buying it for maybe like $10 to $15. I think that this might be one that you didn't like. It's a Yankee Candle. I didn't want to say it, but I thought it would be a Yankee Candle.
That candle is a little over $20, which surprised me because most of theirs are like $10 to $20. It just depends on the size. It was funny to me that you were drawing upon a lot of like nostalgic frameworks to talk about it because it has been like a bestseller of theirs for a long time. So I think that's a big reason why a lot of people like this particular scent, because it like reminds them of their childhood or teendom.
So moving on to the next candle. The first thing I noticed about this one is that it doesn't have a lid, but I think that is just lost in transit somehow. Sarah says it usually has a lid, but the packaging itself, it's very simple, which I kind of like. The pour looks pretty even. The wick is centered. Smells very sweet, a little floral, kind of fresh. I think I like this one. I feel like if I had to name this scent, I would name it like Sea Breeze or Fresh Linen or something like that.
Do we think I liked this candle?
I think you liked this candle. I'm on the fence with this one. Maybe you didn't like this candle because it kind of does smell like soap and like cleaning products, but like nicer. The first two candles, I was like, oh yeah, she liked these candles. But this one, I'm like, does it smell kind of artificial to me? Is the packaging like very nice and simple, or is it cheap? I'm gonna say you didn't like this candle. I got it wrong, so you did like this candle?
Yeah, I liked that one a lot.
Let me burn it, maybe that'll help. Maybe it's the lack of lid that's throwing me off. The flame seems taller than the other candles, but it does seem pretty steady. It does make it smell better when it's burning. Like it smells less like cleaning products to me.
To me, it's like super floral, but that could be once it gets burning, you get more of that floral.
I think I would pay like $25 for this candle, but I feel like it might be more expensive than that. This candle is by Otherland. Had this candle been like unwrapped, I would have a different impression of it because I really like this label. The scent for this is not Elevated Swiffer Mop. What is it?
So it's called daybed. If you're pulling out your daybed to have a guest, you want it to be nice and clean. You said fresh linen. The floral aspect of it is like maybe you have like a bouquet of flowers on your side table for your guest.
Right, okay, cool.
It kind of paints a whole picture for you.
So now that I know which one this is, I'm gonna go back into the packaging and try to find the lid. Wow, this packaging is so pretty.
And I feel like it's very protective, which is important for breakable candle.
Lid!
There she is.
It was just in the pile of trash that's right out of frame. But okay, now that I see the packaging, I'm very much more swayed, and I think that this is like obviously a very like nice fancy candle.
It has like a little magnet closure, like little things like that to me are like extra special things that I am willing to pay a little bit more for. Oh yeah, and it comes with matches too.
That's kind of an experience. Last candle. I think the packaging is pretty nice. The vessel is pretty nice. It feels like solid. 2 wicks. They seem pretty centered. The pour, I think, is pretty even. Like there's a scratch there, there's some scratches, there's some dips, but nothing major.
But if it had a lid, it might not have those.
That's very true. This one actually doesn't have a lid, Sarah?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, ooh, specific, but this smells like Abercrombie & Fitch when you walk into the store and it's like, ooh, like you're hit in the face with the fragrance that they're selling there.
You're gonna feel so bad if this is one of my favorite candles.
It's giving me car air freshener.
Well, that's not what you want.
But this candle, I feel like maybe it was around $20. The burn seems a little bit uneven between the wicks. This flame is a lot taller than this flame.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
Oof, I think it just made it worse.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a little aggressive. So it says cedar magnolia on it. So was this one that you liked or you didn't like?
It is one that I did not like.
Okay, good, because
you really roasted it. So I ordered 2 candles from this brand, Hearth Hand, the Chip and Joanna Gaines brand at Target. Both of them arrived smashed, which like unfortunately has been a thing me and our other staffers have experienced with Target lately. The one that we ordered for you also arrived completely smashed, so I had to have your roommate just go to the Target near your apartment to get that one.
it was packaged just with this like bubble wrapper and it is completely destroyed. And it also smells like Abercrombie.
Well, there you go.
Even though buying scented candles may seem kind of overwhelming and very subjective, there are certain objective cues that you can pay attention to kind of guarantee that you're gonna buy a high quality candle that'll keep you warm and cozy through the coming fall and winter months. Hi, it's Nikki from the video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let us know below what kind of products you want us to review next.